Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League fell short of expectations according to Warner Brothers. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the third-person live-service multiplayer server shooter from Batman Arkham series developer Rocksteady Studios, launched earlier this month. It received middling reviews. Read Game Informer's review here to find out why we gave it a 6 out of 10. And fans have been less than impressed with the shooter. It seems Warner Brothers Discovery is less than impressed too, as the company said in its latest financial call that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League had fallen short of our expectations as reported by IGN. More specifically, that's Warner Brothers Discovery Chief Financial Officer Gunnar Wiedenfels, who said Rocksteady's latest effort fell short of the company's expectations. However, Wiedenfels did not mention a sales figure. According to IGN, the executive lamented that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League missed expectations, set Warner Brothers game division up for a rough year when it comes to year-on-year comparisons. Weidenfeld is likely alluding to Hogwarts Legacy, the company's massive hit that launched last year and went on to become the best-selling game of 2023, beating out titles like The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The sales of Hogwarts Legacy was certainly a rough act for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to follow. For more about this game, read Game Informer's review of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and then check out our Game Informer's list of the best superhero games of all time. After that, read our list of upcoming superhero games to look forward to. Have you been playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Let me read comments. YDWYRD goes, considering the negative reactions to everything about the game in the year before launch, I can only begin to imagine what they thought it was going to sell like. Everyone is pissed off that this game is a generic looter shooter. So clearly we're going to sell 30 million units in our first month. John Leonard goes, it really makes me wonder what the extra 9 or so months of development time did for them, because I can't imagine the game being much worse than this. A reply was, I remember we all assumed it was going to move the GAAS elements because of the massive negative backlash, but then they announced they were going ahead with those. Now I'm kind of curious what kind of dumpster fire we would have gotten if they had gone with the original release date.
Mm-hmm.
Earthbound X goes, making a game for your shareholders and not your players doesn't tend to work out. Well, I wish that was always true, but when games like Diablo Immortal make insane money, it's just depressing. So, yeah, what do you think of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League not meeting X sales expectations?
It was expected, because what this may sound like it's like a dead on arrival. This game from the
Yep.
very start of it all, because when you put a title of the game when they kill the Justice League, and you're literally going to kill the Justice League, that's gonna fuck up the universe as a whole for future games or future movies as well. So if you're gonna try to put that into the DC extended universe, or want to call it like that, that is because they're gonna reboot the series in 2025 with a new Superman movie. So I don't know what they're going to do after this game. After that, for next 1 to 2 years from now. At this rate, it's going to be the last bad Batman related game for this universe. We're going to call it, because the universe started the DC universe started as early as 2014 with Man of Steel, which I saw for the first time in full length on my Amazon Prime Video. So it was pretty good, that movie, Man of Steel, back when Henry Cavill was the Superman and all. So I think Henry Cavill's going to stop being the new Superman for this reboot. So that's a good thing and a bad thing, because he's getting older, so he can't really do so much with his physique and all. But other than that, the Suicide game itself is horrible. Like, you want to kill off the Justice League, kill off Batman, kill off Superman, Harley Quinn. Just like, she doesn't look all that sex appeal like that of that 2016 Suicide Squad movie. So it's kind of like, and the Birds of Prey movie that came out back how many years back? I saw that movie in its fullness, and it was all right to watch. It was funny as fuck sometimes because of the way they choreographed the fighting scenes and shit like that. So Harley Quinn was kind of like my go-to girl for, like, seeing the action all in the DC universe. But other than that, it's all awkwardness. It's not graceful. It was basically shoved in there because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's been around since 2008, 2007 with Hulk and all, and Iron Man. So it's weird, right? It's fucked up. I
Well,
don't know. Yeah, go on.
Well, I want to say first, the Rocksteady that made the Batman Arkham games are not the same Rocksteady that made Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It's all different people. They're same in the company name only, basically.
Okay, all right,
So
that's good
that's
then.
one thing. But
That's good.
I was watching a video made by some ordinary gamers on YouTube, Mudahara, and he's like, Stevie Wonder could have seen this coming. Um, that the game was not going to sell well. Um, so yeah. I mean, I don't know what maybe these executives need to have their heads pulled out of their asses. Because I mean, we talked about it before the game was going to release ourselves, and we said live action shooter. I'm out.
Yep. Only
Yeah,
1,000 players still playing this game after not even a month of its release.
yeah. Oh god. Yeah. So the game's averaging between 800 to 1,000 players, and it's still in its first month. That should tell
Mhm.
you something.
Not
Marvel's
even a month.
Avengers didn't die this quickly.
Yeah, not even a month. It just went down to 1,000 players. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was,
So
it was
yeah,
that repetitive like here too.
and there were plans that they were going to release the Joker as a playable character. I don't know if they're still going to do that or if they're just going to cut their losses now. Um,
Good luck.
but yeah, I mean, this is what you get when you're making games that for live service that no one wanted. No one wanted this. No one wants your SJW messaging in there because there was a lot of that in this game too. Um, because all the male superheroes got debts that made them look foolish.
Mhm.
So it's yeah. So I mean, you know what? This game deserved to fail, and it did.
I get another 12 points.
Maybe the reason the Batman games are so well. Yeah, maybe they had a multiplayer mode. I remember Batman Arkham Origins. I think you could do like Joker's army against like Two Faces
Mhm.
goons or something like that. Um, so they did have like an online mode. The rest were basically like leaderboards for different challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
But at least but those games did well because care was taken. It was the games were taken care of. They were made with care. Basically, is what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Um, uh, and they didn't have all this um, SJW crap uh, under the guise of a live service game. Gee, no wonder no one wanted this game. It's, I mean, we knew it was going to be crap when we previewed it.
Oh yeah.
When we talked about what was when we talked about it, I think it was like a month from coming out or 2 weeks from coming out, and we said this is going to fail. What need to move on?
So I say though that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I would willing to play it just for the sake of know how bad it is. Give it a couple of hours to play, like both the story mode and the endless survival mode, if there's such thing in there. I'm sure they have a survival mode in that game too. So, because I'm sure it's not that bad to play every now and then, but as a live service game, it kills itself within a matter of weeks. So it's like
People say it
look,
kills itself in a matter of minutes because it's that boring.
yeah, redundant, boring,
Yeah,
repetitive. No
and
nudity, no girl action, no nothing. Because Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn could come together and be like, like a sisterhood type of shit. But they killed off Poison Ivy in that game and get a kid version of Poison Ivy in that game later on, which
yeah,
is stupid. So
yeah. So like I said, this game it wasn't they weren't making it for players. They were trying to inject their SJW messaging, and it gives me great joy to see that this game failed and crashed and burned basically.
hmm oh yeah,
Maybe you don't try that with a live. Maybe you get rid of that crap messaging, SJW messaging, and maybe you make a single player game or multiplayer game if you want. That doesn't require multiplayer, and maybe you make a game that's fun. Just a
yeah,
thought. Think
yeah,
about it. Think
yeah.
about it,
But
Rocksteady.
I hear too that of course the Street Fighter makers, the ones by making Street Fighter games and all, that
Capcom,
they
I think.
Yeah, well, if you want to call these people part of Capcom, but in their tweets, they say that to the other gamers online, they actually say out loud in a tweet saying that, "Oh, I hate gamers," in short, and that's it, because they hate gamers literally. That's what they say to their audience that have criticized them, what the games like Street Fighter or Tekken and shit like that. So,
Yeah,
it
well,
was
no
that.
one's going to be crying over those people when they get given a box and they say, "Clean out your desk. You no longer work here."
Yeah, I would never. If I have my own gaming company with my own gaming console and stuff to put into works in a couple of decades, and I find out these people will try to join my company, I'm like, fuck no. You're not gonna join me in my company. I'll make you wash some dishes and maybe like clean my bathrooms, but that's about it. That's about it. That's all you're gonna do for my company. You're not gonna take part in the
Stay
creation.
away from the computers.
Yes, you gotta learn the hard work, boys and girls. Yeah, get down and gritty with that fucking toilet. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm a fucking billionaire right now, but one day I will be a billionaire. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So, yes.
Ready to move?
It's all those SJWs. Get down on the floor and clean that fucking tile, bitch.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on. I feel so good after that. I'm ready to move on.
I didn't know where else we could go with that.
Yes.